Oh, look what's turned up. Don't know, put it anywhere. Just to be all in one piece. To be the highest check sheet. Oh well, the trailer still looks straight. Morning.
Why every time I drive something like this, something happens? Something.
Oh, what have you done?
10 minutes away. I was 10 minutes away from here. I was like, nailed it. I've nailed it. There's nothing happened yet.
Yeah.
Can you find what happened? I'm so annoyed.
Have you snapped the wires or something?
No.
Get a car.
No.
What, the mirror?
Yeah.
Was that not already missing?
Yeah, I think it was. Was it?
It might have been on the one we traded in.
It was already missing.
Why, did you hit something?
Yeah, a tree.
Where about?
I think if we went in the Porsche, we could go find it.
Oh, has it cracked it? Oh. Is that it?
I don't know. It doesn't look, it looks too big. That's what she said. Do you know what I mean?
Looks the wrong shape. That's probably a wagon that's hit it before. There's a branch there sticking out. I'm just trying to see if it's fell off here. How does that get behind the tree?
Yes, it's pretty much in nearly full nick.
Yeah.
There's a little bit.
That might be that other bit
Rob
you
can
found.
fix it. Rob can fix everything.
There's like so many battle scars on that tree. I think the council own that as well. Why don't you trim it back if you're watching St Helens Council? Got to do that.
It did this when I hit the tree. And I put it back because I didn't want Ology videoing. Look at me now. I don't know if this will work though.
Could always glue it. Like I say, the other Fastrac got traded in with it missing anyway, so.
This is where you push it in too much and it breaks itself.
Right, me and Tom are just going to show you these PTO chef cards. We are not sponsored by them, but if you do want to send us free ones, we would be much appreciated. But there's a guy sadly lost his life in a PTO the other day, and it was on Twitter, and someone was saying that why don't they make the guards easier to use and easier to replace? Well, I think these you can't get any easier, so we're going to show you how they work. They actually take longer to get out the packaging than they will to put on. So when you get them, you get the full length, but you just chop off what you need. Then they come with a bag of collars, like loads of them. They clip on the universal joint. Then these clips here, which you just open with a screwdriver, like so. Probably better with a flat blade.
Same with that.
Same with that. They unclip. Put your collar on your yoke. You slide that bit on. You clip that on. You put the chains on, which also should be in the bag or taped to the other end maybe. And away you go. Just got a PTO. It's not actually got a shaft on it, but that's the UJ. We found a clip in the bag to fit. Despite that being quite a big guard and that only a small shaft, it still fits. That now will slide into there, Tom. Like so.
I think
You should see it appear here. It's certainly easier when it's got a shaft on to line up in the hole.
That.
Clip that in.
Come on.
Sometimes use your little hammer. That's it.
Clipped. It's only clipped
Turn
on
it
one side,
over.
I bet it will be.
That's it. That's on now. And then you obviously have the chain on there. But if you wanted to grease it, you just unclip them, slide it out, grease it, slide it back in, 2 clicks and away you go again.
Yeah, because the other original normal PTO guards are a pain in the arse. I think that's the problem. But I didn't know about these.
Yeah, no, they're good. Can you do me a cut and a blow while you're here?
You son of.
Go on, go on. Go on, go on. Whoa, watch the mirror. Watch them mirrors. Oh, Clark and Pullman are running off. They've been here talking tractors. I look like I've burnt my face. I haven't, I've just put sun cream on. But I only just put it on, I should have put it on a bit sooner. Joe's on the big tractor there. Judy's here from BBC Northwest. They're doing a story on the combine run as we come through the Northwest. 6th of June that will be. But they just want a little bit of an update of what's happening on the farm. And at the moment, prices are awful. So we're just going to talk a little bit about that really. Yeah, we're just in the OSR field now. So I've got some that's still in flower. I'm going to go to a nice bit where it's kind of really tall. Show how big it is. Just been filming in the field of OSR. I'm just going to go out and mock something up because they've got a drone, love drone. So they're going to get a bit of a video of the sprayer going through the wheat just to film. They were late coming, they were going to come last week but they couldn't come, so the oilseed rake isn't really in flower now, or the OSR, so we've kind of mocked something up, but it's important to show what it does and how it grows, because I put a video the other day on Instagram. A lot of people were saying it's dangerous to dogs. Well, it's only cabbage gone to seed. It's just absolutely mental, but some people don't understand stuff, so I thought it was nice to talk about OSR, how important a crop it actually is as well. Also, Charlotte's dad's come to check the wiring on the Terrifica to see what's going on with that. Anyway, pull it on the road now, see you in a bit. Just in this field of wheat now, they got the drone up there. This is one that we sprayed the weed off a few weeks ago, and you can just see it just starting to curl up now, but it looks horrendous from the drone because you can see everything from up that high. So we're just pretending we're spraying just so that they've got something a little bit more visual than us just standing in the field of OSR. A little bit of brome grass there as well. Don't know whether it'll make the edit, but I did explain that field, the weeds are looking terrible in it, to be honest. With having a dry year last year and nothing germinating in the summer, and then dry February, everything germinating at once, the weeds seed, the grass seeds, we had so much to get through. Then it was too wet to get on and spray it, so they got a little bit out of hand. Not on every field, but particularly this one. So it's been embarrassing, but I think everyone's had that challenge this year, with more so grass weeds perhaps, but we've got a few broadleaves in here. Yeah, they say never work with children and animals. Well, Mother Nature is a cow, so it just wasn't the spray days. Certis have arrived with the fuel. I'm going to back the combine out, and we thought it'd look really nice fueling it up adjacent to a field that's potentially growing that fuel, which is kind of in theme with the whole what we've been doing at the BBC today, talking about OSR. So we're going to refuel it on the new driveway, and also the yard's a little bit chaotic because we've still got that wood chip tipped in it as well. Yeah, we're going to refuel here on the driveway. It's big enough to do that because obviously it's quite poetic being next to the field that grows the stuff. Bit of the good stuff going in now.
1100 litre tank.
Smile, you're on camera, Janine. Judy's drone has got some really good shots as well, so we're going to try and put them on later as well. Just filling up with the HVO.
What do you want to take it to?
Just
ordering for 1100. 1200 I've got on. But obviously it's only 1100 tank, isn't it?
Well, we don't know. It might have you need to brim it to get to Lockerbie.
Let it settle. Give it 100, let it settle. 100, let it settle.
Finished filming now with the BBC. They were here with their drone while we were refueling the combine, so hopefully they've got some cool shots of that. This is all set up as well, ready for concreting now, which is good. And that one is all finished off nicely now. Looking excellent. This is the driveway where we put the special fluid from Q8 on to make it knit back together. It probably needs a little bit more in places, or a bit of the loose stuff sweeping off the top, but it is starting to knit again, like the road outside. Other than what boots do I actually hold on. Other than what boots do I wear, the most asked question I think I've ever had on YouTube was, what was the special fluid from Q8? Well, all the tractors run off it. In fact, the only thing that's not at the moment is this. So I'll leave you to think about that. Just took this back up in the shed. So on Tuesday, it's getting wrapped with the design for the side of it. And Certis have brought the stickers as well, which are a little bit curly. massive thanks to them, because they're providing all the fuel for the run, and it's obviously renewable energy because it's HVO, which is hydrated vegetable oil. So hopefully everything's going to run fine on it, because apparently everything else is that they're using it on. They use it in all their trucks as well. So big thanks to them and Janine for sorting it out. We will be sticking the combine up with all the sponsors as well on Tuesday. And once the big wrap's on them, we'll be putting the powered by HVO stickers as well on the side, and Certis Energy. They've sorted out the logistics as well, so we're going to be refueling at AW Jenkinson's. We're going to meet a tanker there on the second day, middle of the second day, top up. That will take it to the Cotswolds, top up again in the Cotswolds, and then we'll get to the end. We think we're going to use around 2,000 litres of renewable fuel, and the tank on the combine is about 1,100 litres. So we don't want to be running on fumes, so it's best to top up twice. So I was going to say it's brim now, it's 96%. You can probably see that on the app if you've been logging in. I was logging in last night when we were up and down road testing it. We did run it up and down. The bits of the tracks that we thought might get warm didn't. There was a bit of heat generated in the tracks, but no more than the rear wheel. You can see a little bit of that there on the heat camera now. So hopefully nothing to worry about, although the temperatures in a few weeks time, 10 days time when we're off, are predicted to be quite warm, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, Andrew's been spraying this afternoon. I'm going to jump on it now. I'm going to tank full and wash out for the evening. I've just jumped off the sprayer to show you this week, so this looks fairly healthy here. Can you see that? So yellow rust. So there's just like a little patch here. What we don't want is that going right through the whole thing overnight or over the next few days and killing off this what's called a flag leaf. So that is the solar panel that's going to provide the energy for these wheat heads to grow. So we're putting a fungicide on now to stop that. So the field is pretty healthy. It's just, obviously maybe that missed a bit of fungicide because it's in the corner of the field. There looks a little bit peaky. That again, it could just be bits missed, but you know the rest of it looks pretty good. Yeah, so I think it's just awkward corners where the GPS may be lagging behind perhaps. Or the previous fungicide has just kind of run out of steam, and this is why it needs this other one now, which should carry it on for the next 3 weeks maybe. This is the problem with growing wheat in a maritime climate. It's for the night now, so I'm just rinsing out the sprayer. I've got this chemical in it. It used to be called Univoc, which last year was eating people's sprayers, so I'm just washing out with water after I've finished. Normally when you're on fungicide, you can just kind of like keep it in and just keep going on fungicide day after day after day. If it's the same chemical, but I'm making sure that I've rinsed out completely because I don't want to eat my sprayer from the inside out. Back from spraying, only a short birthday one today. Chris Spinks is 57, I think, on Saturdays. Happy birthday. Henry Reeves is on there. Henry Reeves is 3. Henry Williams is 17. Angie Simpson's 55. Angie we know from the tractor pulling. Owain Davis, I think it's pronounced, is 30. Max Sconniwell is 8. Archie Wilson is 6, David Fisher's 48, and we're now up to £35,295. Anyway, that is about all for today, apart from the outro picture is quite a funny one, and I want people to put a caption to it. But that will be after. I'm going to put the BBC thing on that we did today, because it's quite interesting and explains a little bit what's going on with the markets. So here's the bit for the BBC. Thanks for them for that, and have come up with your caption for the comment for Ben sent me from UTV, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Today we're going to catch up with an arable farmer. It's Ollie Harrison from Prescott, who you might know we feature quite regularly on the programme. And with plummeting crop prices and higher costs, the arable industry has its own challenges, as our environment correspondent Judy Hobson explains.
This field of oilseed rape is looking good. It's an important crop because every bit of it can be used, and it's good for the soil.
A few weeks ago it would have looked a bit like this, obviously bright yellow flowers, brilliant for pollinators. Once the flowers die back, we end up with these pods, look a little bit like mini peas or beans. They then turn into little black seeds. So when you squash that, you basically get cooking oil out of it, but not only can it be used for cooking, it can also run your car off it. The waste products, that is animal feed, a high protein animal feed, and then the stalks and the stems, they are baled up then and used then as biomass to power stations.
But this is an expensive crop to grow, and its market price has plummeted.
The price is pretty much on the floor, so that this crop has cost me the most ever to grow because of the inflation on the inputs. Now the price is tanked, so it's half what it was this time last year.
It's a similar story for wheat. This field is thriving, but Ollie Harrison will be lucky if he makes a profit.
We can't see a profit in anything. The price is right on the floor at the moment, yet the inputs for this growing season have been the highest we've ever seen. We're relatively lucky in the fact that we have a good relationship with the bank, and you know we've got some assets so that we can sort of borrow for cash flow reasons, but in reality we can't carry on losing money each year.
High input costs is one reason for the rising price of food.
So everything we buy retail, and everything we sell wholesale. There's people there making money, but it isn't farmers.
Farmers across the region are under unprecedented pressure in an industry where poor mental health is cited as one of the biggest issues. To highlight the problem, Ollie Harrison is driving his combine harvester the length of the UK.
My friend took his life 7 years ago, and I wanted to do something to raise the profile of mental health and encourage people to talk more. And we thought, well, it's a big problem across the UK, so we'll get the biggest machine we can get our hands on and we'll drive it the length and breadth of the UK. So on the 6th of June, we'll be coming through the northwest. We're going to be heading from John O'Groats down to Land's End with a combine harvester. We're going to be raising money for the Mind charity and the Children's Cancer charity as well at the same time.
It's undoubtedly a difficult time for farming, but like many in the industry, Ollie Harrison remains optimistic. Judy Hobson, BBC North West Tonight, Tarbert Green.
Oh, well done, Ollie. And it's a really good cause, but you could have a few people a bit annoyed if they're stuck behind a combine harvester trying to get down the roads. But it is all for a good cause and a very serious issue.